Do you really believe you understand angels? Forget everything you think you know. Today, we're diving into a controversy that will challenge your deepest beliefs. Together, we will discover that angels, those celestial beings mentioned only 4 times in the Bible, are much more than mere spirits of loved ones. They are, in fact, entities forged by the hands of the Creator himself, with missions that transcend our imagination. We're going to uncover a common misconception and reveal the true nature of these luminous beings. Before we humans walked the earth, angels were already playing crucial roles in the cosmos. By the end of this video, your perception of the spiritual will be completely transformed. So get ready, because we are going to explore the vital role of angels in the divine plan, unveiling mysteries that will strengthen your faith and renew your commitment to living according to divine precepts. Don't miss this fascinating journey through the universe of celestial beings, where astonishing truths await you. Embarking on this fascinating journey through the sacred pages, we encounter an extraordinary revelation about the celestial ambassadors known as angels. These luminous beings, mentioned nominally only 4 times in the Bible, are presented to us as divine envoys. They have the sublime mission of assisting both the sanctified and those who partake in the heritage of universal salvation. The Bible speaks of a celestial multitude so vast that it transcends our counting ability, a detail that sharpens our imagination and makes us envision the splendor of the heavens, described in Hebrews chapter 12, verse 22. Delving deeper into this mystery, it's necessary to clarify a common misconception that has spread in modern narratives. The idea that angels would be spirits of loved ones visiting us after death. This notion, though comforting, diverges completely from the sacred scriptures. Angels are, in fact, celestial entities forged by the hands of the Creator himself, distinct from human souls. Psalm chapter 8 verse 5 offers us a humble perspective, placing humanity a step below angels, underlining our essential diversity. Even before humanity set foot on earth, angels were already performing their roles in the cosmos. They witnessed the dawn of creation and were present at the moment when the earthly paradise was closed to Adam and Eve, following the original sin episode, as told in the story of Genesis chapter 3 verse 24. These beings, created for divine purposes, are marked by a singular existence, devoid of marital ties, as taught by Matthew chapter 22 verse 30. This view of angels, primeval inhabitants of the universe, whose loyalty to their Creator remains unbreakable except for those who deviated along with Lucifer, invites us to profound reflection on the celestial order. They act as key pieces in the realization of the divine design, a theme that incites us to immerse ourselves in the sacred scriptures. By doing so, we not only enrich our understanding of these mysterious beings, but also strengthen our faith and renew our commitment to living according to divine precepts. This exploration not only enlightens us about the vital role of angels in the divine plan, but also inspires us to contemplate the greatness of creation. Through this study, we not only expand our perception of the spiritual realm surrounding us, but also connect more deeply with our own spirituality, reaffirming our commitment to following the path of light and truth. Deepening into the celestial tapestry that Psalm chapter 103 verse 20 unveils to us, we find a universe filled with angelic orders, among them the seraphim and cherubim, beings of extraordinary magnificence mentioned in Isaiah chapter 6 verse 2 and Psalms chapter 80 verse 1 respectively. These entities not only beautify the celestial kingdom with their presence, but also play a crucial role alongside humanity, offering support and guidance to all, regardless of age or gender. The Bible, in this context, is revealed as an inexhaustible source of knowledge about angelic interaction in the fabric of our existence. Interestingly, of the entire celestial legion, only 4 angels are highlighted by their names in the scriptures, a distinction that encompasses both loyal and rebel angels. This select mention names angelic figures, whose stories and attributions offer glimpses into the diverse roles they fulfill under the divine order. Let's begin our exploration with Lucifer, the angel of light who turned into shadow. His trajectory, marked by pride and conspiracy against the Supreme, is dramatically outlined in Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12, where his fall is narrated with chilling details. Lucifer, wishing to rise above the stars of God and equate himself with the Most High, embodies the unbridled ambition that led him to celestial exile. This, being once an epitome of divine beauty and wisdom, is described by Ezekiel as the zenith of perfection. Adorned with a myriad of precious stones, Lucifer held the position of anointed cherub, a place of honor and proximity to the divine. However, that splendor was dimmed when iniquity tarnished his essence, a solemn reminder of the fallibility present even in the highest. The fall of Lucifer, from light-bearer to herald of shadows, is not just a narrative about transgression and perdition, but also a powerful reflection on freedom of choice and the consequences of our actions. The story of this fallen angel invites us to ponder the delicate line that separates loyalty from rebellion, offering valuable lessons on responsibility and redemption. By sharing these tales, we draw closer to the complex reality that comprises the spiritual universe, enriching our understanding and resonance with the profound moral and spiritual messages intertwined in the existence of angels. These stories not only illuminate aspects of our own journey, but also inspire us to reflect on the grandeur of the divine plan and our place within it. Turning the page toward an illuminated chapter of valor and duty, we find Michael, the archangel, whose name resonates as an echo of power and protection through the celestial corridors. Known as the chief of the angels, Michael is often described as a prince of the heavens, a moniker that reflects not only his elevated stature among angels, but also his indispensable role as leader in spiritual warfare. He is the standard under which divine justice is manifested, a celestial warrior whose presence is synonymous with protection and divine intervention. In the midst of prophecies that weave the tapestry of end times events, Michael stands out as a pillar of strength and hope. Daniel chapter 12 verse 1 portrays him as the intrepid defender of God's people, someone who will rise at a critical moment to safeguard those chosen by the divine. This passage not only underscores his strategic importance in the celestial order, but also his role as guardian and protector of the faithful. There are hints, as suggested by 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 verse 16, that Michael might be the archangel who announces the triumphant return of the Lord, a scene promised to be marked by a celestial fanfare and the resurrection of those who departed in Christ. And in Revelation chapter 12 verse 7 to 9, the narrative of Michael leading the loyal angels against the hosts of darkness culminates in the victory of light, an allegory that celebrates the supremacy of humility and loyalty over pride and rebellion. Michael's trajectory, filled with bravery and loyalty, is not just a series of celestial events. It is a source of inspiration that reminds us of the relentless strength of divine justice. By sharing these stories, we align with the values of courage and faith, reinforcing the belief that in adversity, we are not forsaken. Michael's presence in decisive moments of existence is not just a reminder of the constant vigilance of celestial forces, but also a beacon of light and hope, ensuring that, in the end, benevolence and justice will prevail. These narratives of Michael the Archangel invite us to reflect on the power of good and its eternal struggle against the shadows. They encourage us to remain steadfast and loyal to divine teachings, knowing that, even in the most intense spiritual battles, we have a celestial guardian, an unbreakable leader in the fight for light, truth, and justice. Within the vast mosaic of sacred scriptures, the narrative of the celestial war, as detailed in Revelation chapter 12 verse 7 to 8, emerges as a powerful reminder of the consequences of pride and rebellion. This epic confrontation between Michael and his angels against the dragon, a representation of the devil and his forces, is not just a tale of battle, but symbolizes an eternal lesson on the triumph of humility and divine loyalty over arrogance and disobedience. Michael, the archangel, with his unmatched strength, not only confronted but also defeated the devil, banishing him from the heavens, an act that marks the victory of celestial order over the insurgent chaos of iniquity. This episode highlights not just Michael's authority as spiritual leader and warrior, but also the idea that pride eventually leads to downfall. Michael's intervention in the spiritual warfare mentioned in the book of Daniel further illustrates his importance as protector and divine messenger. The situation described, where Daniel's prayers encounter obstacles imposed by the Prince of Persia, highlights not just the complexity of the spiritual world, but also the effectiveness of persistent prayer. With Michael's arrival, the angel finally manages to deliver the divine message to Daniel, underscoring the crucial role of persistence in faith and in communication with the divine. The dispute over Moses' body, mentioned in the letter of Jude, where Michael rebukes the devil in the Lord's name, reinforces the image of Michael as a tireless defender of divine will, emphasizing his prominent position in the celestial hierarchy and his commitment to safeguarding God's purposes against any adversity. The presence of orders and hierarchies among angels, with Michael at the forefront as spiritual leader and warrior, leads us to reflect on the complexity of the spiritual universe and the way it interacts with the material world. The stories of Michael and his divine interventions fill us with faith and confidence in the supreme power of God, reminding us that, in moments of greatest spiritual challenge, we are never forsaken. In Michael's trajectory, filled with courage, loyalty, and power, serves as a source of inspiration to face our own battles, whether spiritual or earthly. It teaches us about the importance of maintaining faith, persisting against obstacles, and trusting in the constant protection and support of the divine. The story of Michael encourages us to believe that, even in the most daunting adversities, the strength and light of goodness will prevail, guiding us toward a path of hope and redemption. Gabriel, distinguished by his mission as the bearer of momentous news, holds a place of honor in the pantheon of celestial messengers. While Michael is often associated with strength and battle, Gabriel emerges as the herald of good tidings, a role that resonates deeply with pivotal moments in the biblical narrative. His intervention in the story of Christmas is, perhaps, the most celebrated of his appearances, marking him as one of the good angels explicitly named in the scriptures alongside Michael. Gabriel's encounter with Mary, a young woman from Galilee, is one of the most beloved and revered stories, where he announces the miraculous conception of Jesus, an event that signals a fundamental shift in the course of human and spiritual history. This intimate moment, filled with wonder and promise, highlights the importance of divine communication as a vehicle of hope and renewal. Gabriel, though not named as an archangel in the scriptures as Michael is, plays a role that transcends titles, serving as the supreme messenger of God's most significant news to humans. His mission is not limited to the announcement to Mary. Gabriel is also sent to Zechariah to reveal the impending birth of John the Baptist, another central figure in preparing the way for Christ's coming. The scene in the temple, where Gabriel appears on the right side of the altar of incense, is laden with symbolism and anticipation. Zechariah's initial doubt at the divine promise reflects the human struggle with faith and hope, recurring themes in the interactions between the divine and the earthly. Through Gabriel, we are reminded of God's deep interest and involvement in human history, expressed through messages that announce dramatic and promising turns. Gabriel's presence in the scriptures serves as a reminder of God's ability to communicate directly with humanity, choosing moments of great significance to reveal his plan and purpose. Whether announcing the birth of John the Baptist or the incarnation of Jesus, Gabriel symbolizes divine hope and the promise of salvation, underscoring the idea that God is always near, guiding and protecting his people through the messages of his angels. The story of Gabriel, rich in divine interventions, illustrates the vital role that angels play as messengers between heaven and earth. He not only brings news that transforms destinies, but also reaffirms the continuous presence of God in daily life, encouraging us to look to the future with faith and hope. The narratives of Gabriel teach us about the importance of communication and divine commitment to human well-being, reinforcing the certainty that, even in the most uncertain moments, we are cared for and loved by a greater force that transcends our understanding. In the rich and multifaceted tapestry of the Scriptures, the figure of Gabriel stands out as a divine messenger whose appearances are moments of transformation and revelation. In Luke chapter 1, verse 19, in responding to Zechariah, Gabriel not only confirms his trusted position before God, but also emphasizes the gravity and importance of the messages he brings. Zechariah's temporary muteness serves as a tangible sign of the certainty and fulfillment of divine words, emphasizing that God's promises manifest in the appointed time, even in the face of human doubt. Gabriel's interventions in the lives of Mary and Joseph are equally fundamental to the understanding of the incarnation narrative. By announcing to Mary that she would be the mother of the Savior, and by assuring Joseph that Jesus' birth would be the work of the Holy Spirit, Gabriel acts as the link between the divine and the human, bringing promises that would alter the course of history. The greeting to Mary, blessed among women, not only announces the birth of Jesus, but also celebrates the divine choice of Mary for an unprecedented role in the history of salvation. The contemporary perception of Gabriel, often portrayed with an almost ethereal gentleness, contrasts with the majesty and awe his presence evoked in the Scriptures. This contrast highlights the magnitude of angels as messengers of God, whose appearance and message provoke reverence and wonder, reminding us of the closeness and divine intervention in our lives. Moving on, we encounter the last angel named in the Scriptures, a messenger whose story may not be widely known, but who undoubtedly plays a significant role in the grand divine plan. The inclusion of this angel emphasizes the diversity and complexity of the heavenly realm, where each being has a specific purpose, contributing to the execution of divine will. This richness and depth of the spiritual world, as revealed in the Scriptures, offer us a glimpse into a universe where communication and interaction between heaven and earth are constant, reinforcing God's careful and loving presence in human life. The narrative of these angels throughout the Scriptures not only fascinates us with tales of celestial interventions, but also inspires us with the promise of divine guidance, protection, and revelation. Through these stories, we are reminded of God's unbreakable love, His constant presence, and His ongoing communication with us, guiding, protecting, and revealing eternal truths that illuminate our path. Abaddon, or Apollyon, emerges from the shadows of the apocalyptic text as an enigmatic entity, whose brief but powerful mention in the book of Revelation reveals deep layers of Christian theology about good and evil. Distinct from the roles played by Michael and Gabriel, Abaddon occupies a unique position in the spiritual pantheon, symbolizing forces of destruction and judgment that transcend human understanding. At the heart of Revelation chapter 9, verse 11, Abaddon is presented as the sovereign of the locusts that come from the bottomless pit, a vision that evokes images of devastation and desolation. His name, which means destruction in Hebrew and Apollyon in Greek, resonates with his mission and essence, painting him as a force of divinely sanctioned annihilation. This duality of names reflects the universality of his destructive nature, an entity that transcends linguistic and cultural barriers to manifest an aspect of divine judgment. The interpretation of Abaddon as one of the agents under the command of Satan, aligned with the description in Ephesians chapter 6 verse 12 about the spiritual struggle against the celestial forces of evil, broadens the perspective on the complexity of the spiritual conflict that permeates existence. Abaddon, therefore, is not seen as a mere demon, but as a destroying angel with authority over the abyss, a figure who plays a crucial role in the eschatological events outlined in Revelation. His governance over an army of locusts that emerges from the abyss to bring destruction in the end times highlights the severity of divine judgments and the reality of evil that the faithful are called to recognize and combat. The presence of Abaddon in the apocalyptic narrative not only underscores the diversity and hierarchy within the opposing spiritual realm, but also serves as a reminder of God's sovereignty over all things, even over the forces of destruction. The figure of Abaddon, therefore, enriches the spiritual tapestry of the scriptures, offering insights into the nature of the spiritual battle that extends beyond the visible. He exemplifies the multifaceted manifestation of evil and the constant need for vigilance and faith on the part of believers. Amid the complexities of the spiritual realm, the inclusion of Abaddon reaffirms the central message of Revelation, the ultimate victory of good over evil and the ultimate realization of divine purpose, even through the darkest agents of judgment. If you liked this video, leave a like, comment what you thought, and subscribe to the channel. Activate notifications so you don't miss any videos. Until next time, and God bless you.